Guten Tag, ciao, and hello. Welcome, everyone. We're here with the Assault on Endor 2022 Grand Championship. This is the Gold League final between Xantos and Patrick. Xantos is flying Dooku fleet, and it is a fun one at that. So he has Munificent Star Frigate with Sonalore and Wat Tambor, in kind of a typical Star Frigate build beyond that. Oh no, I'm on mute. I'm not muted. Sorry, guys. Uh, and we got Recusant, Patriot Fist with external racks, reserve hangar deck, and link turbo laser towers, and then hard cell battle refit with TI 99, reserve hangar deck, and link turbo laser towers, and Tykes on a hard cell transport with slicer tools, and then 4 vulture droid squadrons. So he's got 12-point bid, and he is picked first. Let's see how he's gotten here. And he's done so by making solid wins across the board, and then finishing out strong with a good 10-1. And yeah, this has been a surprise fleet. You know, people sleep on Dooku. You know, unless your name's Fox Omega. So going to be interesting to see. You know, how he pulls forward with this. So obviously that's not here is Forix. Sorry, Large Package was rocking a 2-ship build. So yeah, so sorry, they're talking. So then we got Patrick here, and he's got CR90A with Radis and James Light with engine techs. And then we have the ship in hyperspace is the Star Cruiser with Mon Cairn and Intel Officer. Pretty typical what you might see from Radis drop. I mean, Nav Teams is pretty interesting on there. Other than that, it's pretty typical Star Cruiser build, dropping out of hyperspace with Radis. Supporting him is a GR75 with munitions resupply and Adar Talon, and then a GR75 with Hondo Anaka and Slicer tools. Adar Talon's pushing around quite a bit of squadrons. He's got Dutch, Katsu, Lando, Shara, Gold, and Rogue. And this is where Patrick will really have the advantage. And you know, he'll have more deployments. He'll have more activations until that. Or sorry, it won't. They'll even out the deployments, but he won't have more activations. In terms of everything there. So how did Patrick get here? Well, he beat his brother in the semifinal after dominating in the group stage and cleaning house, I'd say, up against, you know, quite a quality competition in the Gold League. He, including his brother, he doubled up on the wins there against Forex, in the Swiss stage, and then in the eliminations last game. And you can check that video out on my YouTube. All right, so looks like we're mid deployment. And I'll get there real quick. I'm gonna unmute for this conversation here. Most difficult matchups for Xantos.
The meta stuff kind of scares me. Like, I mean, Radis, Donager, a Gatehawk.
Yeah.
The main advantage I have over those is I outbid them and can take second and play my objectives usually.
Right.
And then I found out that really evade heavy lists that like stay at long range, like Kraken, don't really care about Ion Storm that much. You can just pick that.
Yeah, that I think if you had made me go first, I would have chosen your Ion Storm.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
There's
my
no reason
two.
for you to choose anything else.
Yeah, do you pretty much always deploy or I guess distance 5 makes it like that. Do you pretty much always deploy the obstacles like in a more or less in a line on your side?
I should because I usually toss one slightly further up near the middle, and at almost every single game with Ion Storm, I've regretted it. Either because
Really?
it hides opponent squads, or because
Right.
I bump into it, or it just gets in the way.
Or it gives your opponent an opportunity to.
Yeah, I'm usually not too worried about that because I should be, if I'm smart at tossing out the repair rate. I was not smart versus large package and therefore did not earn any Ion Storm victory points.
Mhm.
But I mean that matchup was terrible for him anyway, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I mean, like I hit it in my game versus large package. Versus lost to CFO. It was Ion Storm, and the only reason hit some of his squads were able to escape is because they were always obstructed by just the rocks that I put in bad spots.
Back to you. Yeah, I would say my list probably wouldn't care too much about getting objective tokened because I mean the two transports have scatter and evade, where it's like
Yeah, they're
you're
getting if
you're
they're
probably
dying
either
for
gonna
it.
kill me or you're gonna whiff. Uh, but
So that was Patrick asking Xantos about his matchups and some of his strategy there with his objectives. But we have Patrick playing first player, so Xantos with the 12-point bid selected first player, second player, sorry, and put. Oh no, that's backwards. I have that backwards. I apologize. Um, do, do, do. Santos chose first player with his large bid, playing the. Interesting, why it hasn't updated on stream yet. Whoop, go away. Back. All right, there we go. And I have to look into that. Anyways, so we have Xantos playing first, 12-point bid. Usually he's picked second, but now he's picked first. Put Asteroid Tactics on the board for Patrick and Radis. So they're talking about deployments. So Patrick will have last deployment due to Santos picking first player. So that's something to consider there. All right, so looks like he's choosing the Dooku Red Dials. We got 2 navigates. So if I was Santos here, I think it was Squadron would low key be pretty solid. Um, so last game we saw Patrick hand out a concentrate fire to Monkaren. So Monkaren was forced, or Monkaren would have the dial or the token to um, reroll, also trigger Monkaren. No, sorry, it took a navigate. Sorry, I lied. Yeah, so he chose Squadron here. Um, so I like Squadron though because that was the other token he gave himself when Patrick popped Hondo, and that was on the flagship, and so the flagship activated first to jump out of danger, and on its way out activated. I want to say it was Katsu, and threw Katsu into the fray before uh, any of the rogues. No. It was Dutch. It was Dutch to throw Dutch at Bosk. I think it was against Forex last game. So that's what Patrick did. So I think that squad raid is actually pretty sneaky, and I think it's going to be I think it was a good call. Uh, I think I actually might have liked to see 2 squad raids just to really mess with Adar, keep him off his toes. But the nav raid's nice too. I mean, you can't go wrong with navigate with the raid dial. But I think a second squad would make the most sense. But overall, it's Xantos is the Dooku player, and he's made it this far. So he's the guy to he's the guy to ask. He'll know what he wants. What are we looking for? Okay. So we're looking for now. We're looking. So the Reki's is speed 3 here on the flank. Looks like he's trying to swing in around these rocks, around the obstacles here, and dive in. I'm really intrigued at where he thinks this fight's gonna happen. Um, with the squads, because really these squads are probably gonna start mulching on. I think the Muni or these two. They can't really keep up with the Recusant. So here is Radis coming in. He's trying to think about how he wants to approach. We've established the rules. Mon Karen, while attacking a ship, the defender cannot spend more than 1 defense token during this attack. This is a concentrate fire triggered command or effect. And thermal shields, which you can't really read because it's a low res scan. But while defending, after the defender gathers a dice, you can spend the brace. If you do choose and remove half the dice in the attack pool, round down. Mon Karen basically if you do thermals and then Mon Karen triggers, you cannot do anything else if you're the Munificent here. You can't spend your redirect or salvo because um uh yeah, so because Mon Karen comes in, that's something just to keep in mind. It looks like he's going in for the Recusant though. Maybe trying to swing in behind so that way this thing won't get caught chasing. So like the Recusant's gonna come in and around most likely. Then this is gonna come glance and swing out, I think. And on the way, it's gonna drop off the kid being Big Angry here, and Big Angry is gonna come in and pound the side and just drill through the fleet. I think that might be the plan. If you're Patrick, I'm moving too much. I've had too much coffee today. That's a Speed 4 flagship, and we look like we might be bouncing into round 1. Ooh, what was that? Um, yeah, so we're gonna snag my stream link here and post things up since we're getting going. Alright. And I'm streaming on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, so posting the link here, y'all, and Where is content creators? Okay, and we're gonna hop over here. I didn't send it, did I? Gotcha. All right. Content creators, there it is. Okay. Gotcha. And good job. Okay. So, all right. So we're looking here at. I'm just gonna pull up my stream. I think. Mute tab. Now I have the chat up. Okay. Booyah. And we're good to go. Maybe let's stream it. Watch. I don't know. We'll stop it. Okay. So. All right. So like I said, I think Patrick is trying to swing the Corvette in and around. Maybe S formation, swinging along the back of the board here, so it can still participate. And Monkaren's going to come in and drop this way. And we are round 1, so we're going to hit save. And we're good to go here. And looks like the navigate dial has been dropped. All right. One of the 2 navigate raid tokens. That's here. All right, so then it's like blue moved up with a repair dial and took a token with Tykes. Keeping Tykes open for Swapperoni. All right, and red took a navigate token. Interesting. Surprised he didn't just burn the raid dial with that dial, since, or the raid tokens with the dial, since it will effectively do the same thing. And then if he wants to, he can. Alright, so he's got nav. Munificent's taking a repair token from the dial. So Wat Tambor ready to tank up. And moves at speed 2 here. Last time Xantos landed on the rock. Last time they played, this one's floating. I think if he goes straight, he can clear. And I think if 1, 2, like here, he'll be able to hook around this. So I think he's fairly fine. With that. So Adar Talon is taking a squadron token, as you might expect. Pink Heart Cell is dialing up and navigate. And that is, on the Pink Heart Cell, is TI-99 Reserve Hangar Deck. That's the battle refit. Link Turbo Laser Towers. So it looks like he's going in hard on these GR75s. I'm interested. This might clip the rock. I think this hits this little bump. I think, yeah, this is safe here, but I think that other move he was looking at Clips the rock. He's not sure if he actually wants to use the dial now. So yeah, I'm so interesting. Yeah, I might consider blitzing it in because if you can take out these GR75s, they're pricey. They're pricey. That's 62 points right there across both of them. Um, especially Adar Town on that blue GR75, 35 points. That's quite the prize. So like, I mean, there's merit in pressuring these, because it takes out the squad issues and lets the munificent here. So it looks like he bumped squad 3 with the pink, which is the battle refit. So battle refit's now speed 3. Navigate token on Radis. So this is where the advantage of Xantos comes in, because of Radis's hyperspace ship. Even though Patrick is second player, Xantos does have the ability to last first and really attack the flagship here and maybe pop him before he can get away. So no navigate because of the raid token. He's taken the command token to delay the squadron or the other navigate, but I think next round's probably the squadron. Yes, speed forward, remove, bounces him up, barely stays in the deployment zone. Very passive, very passive. Um, Here comes Patriot Fist with a navigate dial. And so it's going to swing around here. Can it get into range? Oh, my tool broke. I don't think it, I don't think it can get into range, but this will be close here. I think if he wants to, he's got a double yaw. Yeah, I think this is the best bet to getting into range of the CR90. But if that is that even what you want to do? Your first player, you're almost as fast as this bad boy here. I mean, it does have engine techs, so actually maybe it's not worth trying to keep up with. Yeah, so it doesn't look like Patrick is in fact swinging around like I initially thought. Um, so it looks like he might be trying to wait out the raid, maybe, and burn through the raid from Dooku. Oh, so close. The speed 3 move from the Patriot Fist was not. Ooh. Yeah, so they undid that just to see. So they're looking at what would have gotten it. Yeah. So this is the move he actually made. But oh no. Yeah. So this would have. So this is the move they made. I'm gonna ask them to gizmo the dial down. Maybe I don't know. Classic tabletop simulator dials. Yeah. Yeah. So Forex is saying here in chat is so the other raid tokens on Dooku are on the bottom right of the screen. Um, they're navigate and squad. So he's used navigate already in round 1. So he has navigate and squad left. So Forex is saying that Dooku, he knows Patrick pretty well, so they're brothers. He's the MC80 is probably going to drop in somewhere here, if possible, or probably here. Because Radis is distance 1 to 2 of you. So I think we saw, so that's like here-ish. I can get here. Like, sure, okay, this moves. Now, maybe even here and just says, come on, 1v1 me. Because alright, Gold Squadron hopping up. Alright, sells a rogue and gold. 2 more vultures. And then it's all the rebels from here. Clever. Yeah, so Patrick did a great job deploying where he can move up without having it. There's nothing engaged right now, so like the slicer tool will have to go first if he wants to quote unquote pass. Here comes Shara. Hmm. I think this is a wise spot. Oh. So this is dangerous here because this would be like a double arc, moves out of the way, flak, flak, flak. So like this is dangerous, but I think if you can hide it kind of on the rock or something, just so this is still pretty well in flak range, the blue black. Dutch doesn't seem like he can get that out there. He can. Okay, so Dutch can get out on the debris field. Double checking how far out boosted comms goes. Dutch with 8 Talon is such a good combo. It's very, very deadly unless you have scatter. Nope, Lando's trying to pop a vulture already. We're gonna get some dice. Not good damage. Ah, discards a brace to pop a vulture. TI-99 coming in. Oh no, T99 because he's already activated. So he does use reserve hanger deck. And this actually gets it out of Shara. Out of Shara's grip. And I think Shara is out of range of boosted cows here. So I'm not sure if this was the wisest of plays. But Lando no longer has a brace to kill that vulture and pop it. Can Ketsu get up to this guy or no? Doesn't look like it. Oh no, he can. But I don't think he wants to because I think bombing makes more sense. Trying to stay on the rock and shoot. Clever. Interesting. Yeah, that's cardboard. You can see cardboard there. No Torn. But yeah, see, I figured this would happen. Like, it's best case scenario it gets evaded, like, and stays into damage. It's just, I think obstructing it might have been overkill. No repair token. Just fixing the rock. Definitely a good spot. Oh, uh-oh. Classic. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Star Frigate has a squadron queued up, and quite possibly this hard sell queues up a squadron token or dial. Because this worm is about to feast. Can we fix this? Click the done on the click the done. It's just floating higher and higher. I'm just gonna let him know it's floating really high. Hey, the worm is floating. Yeah, pretty high actually. It's still pretty messed up. Oh man. Like, all right. The other one coming in. Yeah, I think this makes sense here. um, because it can get double cover. This looks like round 2. Does the MC80 drop in? Does the drop come in? So distance 2 is here. A large base is roughly this much. The front, the very front, can go like here. Oh, yep, slicers is undoing on the separate side. And we will. There's a repair token that's supposed to be saved there. Interesting. Willingly take the double arc at close range. I think you put it here. It doesn't matter if you're overlapping. I guess if you put it here, you can outweight the Requisite. But you do have 2 braces, you know. But this is only 105 points. This is so cheap. The MC80 is 140. The real meat on potatoes is this guy. So I think, like, cool, the Requisite double arcs and moves. Each shoots and leaves, right? And it'll leave over here, and this thing will eat the hard cell, shoot the hard cell, shoot the Requisite with wherever it is, and then move up. And now it's like, oh yay! I mean, the nav dial here would actually be clever. You can curl back around, but I think you want to put it here, and kind of threaten the Requisite where it's at. And I think willingly taking this double arc is not wise. Is it survivable? Yes, but I think you'll get more bang for your buck if you just chill in this front arc. A little obstructed, let him shoot you, let move, and call it a day. But maybe that's wrong because I think that would be in range of Star Frigate. But I think the Star Frigate is a little nicer than this nasty wreck. Same dice fixing. It's literally just a black die versus these two. But I guess it would deny Patriot Fist doing this. That's something to consider. Yeah, so he's trying to get this bad boy in medium range because this is the real target here. So really, the Requisite is essentially just bonus, but all right, it's coming in, double arced, speed 3 on the MC80. Hondo's coming in. So nav token onto the MC80. And he's considering where to give the squadron token, since every other ship is command 1 and already has a token. Yeah, so that's why I was surprised he didn't just burn the dial with slicer tools. But there we go. So now Dooku's in a predicament here. Do you use navigate to just disrupt the nav teams on the MC-80, or do you give out that squadron raid? And so I think that giving out this token signals these are squads. I mean, this is pretty obvious here, but yeah. So if this thing activates first, I think that actually might make sense, and maybe it can escape. Flak out of the front, shoot out of the side, because it's actually not obstructed into the front here. So, so Dooku might raid here. Okay, setting the dials. So, looks like of the other side of things, Patriot Fist took a concentrate fire token. Sorry, this took the nav token previously, and then this has the battle refit took a repair. All right. This might be double arced, so maybe you can't pass with the Breckies in. Oh, we'll see. I didn't check that, but I think it's double arced. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so the double arc really forces the Reckies to go first, which unlocks the grand prize behind, which is this juicy side arc. Yeah, Forex. Yeah. So if really what Patrick's doing here, is saying, hey, take your double arc move. So, we'll just shoot and shoot, but there's no real incentive to go with anything else first, really. Since really, how much damage can the Recusant mitigate? I think a Navigate Dial would be wisest here. Since this is double arced, I mean, it is only 3 extra dice, but it is Recusant. They're not tanky. It's about to get hit with squads really hard. I think getting it only into red dice range is wise. And then it should be able to survive the shot. Will it like it? No. Will it last much longer after that? No. But I think it should be able to survive. This is what Moncairn's shooting first. Alright, looks like we're back here. After a short break. Does Dooku want to use the Navigate or the Squadron? Alright, so doubled up on the Navigate raid. Oh, just kidding. That is the squad raid. Let's do it like this here. Recusant's gonna, as the Liberty asked for. Yep. So external racks and link turbolaser towers, only things that matter. We have a Navigate dial here on Patriot Fist. Into an ACK. So PDIC will be an issue here because here comes the racks. All right. Confire token to reroll the black. 9 damage. And that is bounces down to 8 damage. So 4 damage. So now here comes the side arc, which you can't see, but okay. Looks like boom. 4 damage coming in, so the redirects, brace redirect just moves it to probably, yep, yeah, that side. Why does this have contains on it? It didn't save my updates. How dare you? And 1 left side. That's right side, left side. And update this. Alright. Cool beans. All right. So he's got the navigate dial as well as navigate token. Bouncing in here is dangerous, but oh, this is dangerous because it might clip. I think it would. I think it would clear at this angle, but if he double yaws, that's definitely an overlap. This will hit that, and I don't. Ooh, but this will clip this for sure. I mean, do you even need these fire shields? If you put it in the right spot, the worm will get in the way. Potentially. Yeah, so he slows down to 1 with the dial and token. Oh, perfect. Oh, hello, I didn't even see about the dials. Shield dials are clear. Dang, that's close. Wow. That should be a double arc on there to prompt danger in the future, so that's a speed 1 Recusant. Boom. He's got a squadron queued up. Oh, he's measuring to see if Shara is shootable. I think she's a. Yep. So Shara is obstructed by the pimpin whale worm. But so let's move the Recusant out. This is a good move because it protects Pink from the Recusant, from the Liberty, since that's medium. And now the Liberty has an obstructed shot on Pink's side. It's only 1 die, but I mean that offsets Spinals. That offsets 1 of the blue. Makes sense. So Star Cruiser time. Concentrate fire. So Janus Light will have a shot into the side here, because that was in range. So front to side first of the Patriot Fist. Woo, that is a phenomenal roll. I'd do a blue. Maybe go for that accuracy. No intel officer. Interesting. Oh, that's yeah, okay, yeah, that's beautiful because that's the evade. That's ooh. I just do the evade and brace. Say screw you. I'm interested by that. No redirects. Okay, makes sense. Yep. No salvo because he spends the evade and clears out that 6 damage with a crit. And that is a lot of damage there. This is backwards. Nope, wrong side. Ah, I always do that. 5. There we go. Side of pink. Beautiful roll once more. Intel officers the brace. Redirect. And brace has been intel officered. LTT reroll into a double gnarly. Torn far. Oh, turns into a hit. That's 7 damage against the side of pink here, locking the evade. Brace has been. Shooting here, she's doing math here, choosing if he actually does want to redirect or maybe what else? What other dice mods? He already torn fard. Already LTT'd. He has intel officer on the brace, but he's considering locking the brace now. Um, all right, so the redirect has been accuracy'd. So just spent the. So 6 damage and pitched the brace. So he just spent the evade to re-roll that red die and then burnt the brace. Cannot. Ooh. Capacitor failure. So if a hull zone has no remaining shields, you cannot recover shields in it, nor can you move shields. If that hull zone is defending, you cannot spend redirect tokens. That's pretty gnarly against all these bombers. Right now, I mean, it's cuddled in here. It doesn't really affect much. I mean, Lando and Ketsu can still shoot through it. I'm not even sure if distance one can go through a large base though. So here comes the MC80 moving around. So that's brutal hit there on the hard sell. But it's still alive. Like I said, it would survive. That's the right side. So let me get the correct side there. Boom. So no brace left on pink. So he's trying to decide how he wants to where he wants to end up really because he has to ram essentially. He does have a navigate token, but there's the nav raid or squad raid, sorry. So this. Oh yeah, it's still rams. So they both 7 damage there and 4 damage on the Rekizin already. That's nasty. Rekizin getting popped. Yeah, so he did stay in double arc, so the Recusant. So, pink. Pink is essentially going to pass as long as it can, I think, because, I mean, because of this shield dial, it doesn't want to expose it. Munificent has a dial. He's trying to lock down Ketsu, but he can't really get behind her because she is hanging off the rock. Just a tad here. Right. But Ketsu does have grit, so where it matters, can't really see. Where it matters, so now he's diving in with these squads, and then blue has boosted, red does not. So red activates Squadron Dial, clears the raid with the token. There's 1 damage here so far, 2 damage here on Lando. Lando braces to 1. Takes the damage with the singular brace he has left. And then, so red's going to activate next and throw. Boop, boop. I'm surprised he didn't go with blue to at least shoot something with the Star Frigate. Alright, here comes the other vulture. Ooh, there you go. You want to see that? There you go. 3 damage against Lando. So you'd have to burn the token. They're having a tabletop glitch, so we're marking 3 for Lando because this looks like it will clear. Yeah, that looks like it'll clear. Because the dial will be here. Dial will be here. I think this is ultimately the right move though, because if you are It's just 2 at the end, look like. I think that might be enough to put that MC-80 in range. Yeah. Yeah, see, clear. No problem. Looks like there's some conversation. We rolled the blue for the second crit. Ah. Interesting. Red does not have a squadron. Hmm. So he's ditching the raid on red with the dial. And then he's going to use the squadron token on red, which is Hondo Slicer Tools. Hondo's no longer there. Yeah, so he's going to toss these up here. Try to blow one up to free up. Yeah, blow up this guy. Free up Lando to go bomb. That's totes the plan. Reserve hangar deck will allow it to pop over here. Ah, the Torn Far reroll really bailed out the Rogue Squadron there. Blows up this guy, but he pops back up with the reserve hangar deck. Yeah, that clips. Yeah, yeah. So he can be distance one Aketsu because they're unengaged due to the rock at the single. I don't think that's the. I don't know. Maybe that works. This one's free to move, I believe. I think only this one is. Yeah. So let's see where gold goes now. Or sorry, only one squad could go. All right. Speed 2 away. So this would still have line of sight here. Yeah. Oh, no, just out of range. Brutal. Pink has concentrate fire. Flacking at Lando, obstructed. So these have blue-black. He's trying to go for the kill here on Lando. Oof. Concentrate fire dial. Oh my gosh, brutal. 2 damage there on Lando. LTT went in there. And yeah, so checking ranges. But the salvo is in play. I want to keep that stated out for the folks at home. Lando suffers down to 1 hull. Update the 3. Update the 3. The 3 should be 1 now. All right, they can see me. All right. All right, so this. I really wonder what's dialed up here. This isn't good. This isn't good for this guy. Like, he's losing a ship next round. Um, so what does he do? He turns his side open. I think you got to spin this way. I like that inside turn. I really like the inside turn. Um, it is a bit protected here if he can free up. Lots of damage this game so far. It's the Raddus way. 8 Talon coming up. Squadron dial. Clears the squad raid with the token. No more. No more token. Lando does have grit. He's gonna fall back. He's going for the hard sell. No? So 2 vultures have blown up, but no points scored yet because of reserve hangar deck. Lando's grit. Oh yeah, you can't. That's true. You can't. Grit can't shoot. So this is like the only way he can shoot pink. Yeah, that I think that clips. Oh, here comes Lando. Blue red. They're just gonna bump it. There you go. Oh, right. Lando time. Blue black. Blue red. Blue red Lando. No bomber. Into the side. Sets it to double with the. Can't redirect because of capacitor failure. So Lando burns the brace to set it to a double, and then this burns the evade to reroll the blue, and it worked out. Man, that was a nasty crit here. Like not being able to use this redirect. Oof. All right, here comes gold, and gold can't do it. I don't know who can. I don't know the math. Someone tell me the math. Dead. All right. Exploded. That's 66 points there for Patrick. And the Rebels score the first below. And Lando is toggled by Adar. And off he goes. Speed 3, ahoy. Speed 3? Speed 3. Oh. I missed that. That's on me. I'll apologize. He doesn't even have speed. Alright. Hiding. Yep, hiding it. I like that move. Hiding it. Can wait out. Because this is the pricey one. This is the cheap one. Did he slice? Did not slice. Intriguing. So all that remains is, yep, Slicey Boy has a squadron. Slicey Boy takes a squad token. Or sorry, nav token. Char braces down to 1 from the 2 damage here. Counter 3. Does 2 damage. X Vulture does 2. He's really looking for those accuracies. Can't find it. Swarm, jeez, 3 damage. Yeah, scatters. Counter 3 to blow up. This poor vulture. Blue flak was an accuracy. So Shara takes 3 attacks, takes 1 damage. Doesn't even need to scatter or burn anything. That's brutal. Unfortunate. So this thing's dying to the worm. Unless something crazy happens. Navigate token likely to bounce up here and slice this into squadron or something. Like that helps a ton. He just needs to kind of get up. I don't think this hits. I think if you do 1-1 and then, yeah, he's turning in, ready to take on the Mind Karen himself. No, I think there's a better way to display this. I should have done this. This would have made more sense. There we go. Yeah, really, I think Xantos' best bet is to focus on the table. I think it bumps this guy too. Yeah, bump that guy too. Squadron has been sliced and diced onto Mine Karen here. Speed 3 there for this hard sell with help of Tyke's token. Shara gets any closer, she'll be worm range. So I think this is that's the thinking for this placement. Flag has a nav dial. Considering using it for a raid. I don't know. I don't think that's the right play. I think you just burn the token. I don't think it wants to squat at all. I think it wants to just be able to get where it wants to go because it wants to use engine tax to escape. You are second player. And I mean, the likelihood of Patriot Fist surviving is low, but if it can take out the MC80, it's not good. Not good at all. Yep, burns the token. And side to side shot here. He's considering tossing the evade on. Interesting. Okay, so he has canceled the damage by pitching the evade with the help of Jaina's Light, which I won't exhaust because I guess I'll do it. Okay, fine. Peer pressure. All right. Speed 4. Be interesting to see what the Requisite has dialed up next. Because if he's staying at medium range, Patriot Fisting, this might make some sense. Ooh, overlap Lando. I mean, not like Magiton, but you can throw him out to the butt, so he's less likely to participate in the festivities again, even though he's at one hull. Yeah, bouncing here is interesting. So what do you do if you're Xantos? Do you shoot the Corvette trying to kill it so it can't escape? Or do you keep pounding the Mount Karen? I mean, they're both full tokens, so I think gambiting it makes sense. Inside turn speed 4 with the dial. And no engine tax. So this is at medium range. So I think this is interesting. I think you might want to Patriot Fist and then trust that this will pop to pressure here. So it's not really a trade up though, Relent. I mean, it already did the trade up when it killed the hard sell. It's only 105 points, but because I think your Xantos, you win here if you kill, if you table, and this thing is about to pop into the backside and not be seen again. The Requisant's gonna die, so it's really how can you maximize damage onto the things that matter, and I think that's ultimately by killing the CR90 first. So at least that's my thought. I mean, I'm not the one in the final, so maybe Xantos is going to surprise me in the end to go take this double arc he did set up so expertly. Um, and that was a vulture we saw get popped there just a second ago. So that was the one at 1 hull. So 2 vultures remain. Lando is trying to stay in range of Adar and shoot this 3 hull vulture. Yeah, the wreck isn't speed 1. Dutch is obstructed, can't shoot. Can shoot this squad. Interesting. Trying to get that 8R talon range. Katsu can shoot. She's not engaged. Yeah, so they've ruled that as unengaged. Interesting. I want to just try to take that pot shot and maybe force another crit. Well, Relent, the blue sliced green to have a squadron, so he can't shoot both if he does shoot with Mon Karen. Um, yeah, yeah, because Ketsu can shoot the side here, obstructed. Yeah, I think that's wise because you have Torn Far, I think, going on. That's a damage. Ooh, I would redirects to the rear. Redirect redirects to the butt and takes it there. I think that's wise. Because that way frees up the redirect to move to the front. Just in case it it bums out. Because yeah, I think is resupply in range? Red, I believe red would be in range here. It's hard to tell, but red is the resupply. So Char's going to shoot the full health one. Yeah, so I mean, the resupply could fuel it. Um, Oh yeah, sorry, blue. Yeah, blue has resupply. My bad. Yeah, blue. I don't think they're in range because he was moving these squads. There, I think if any, red might be in range from corner to corner here, but I don't believe blue would be in range to fuel it. So I think he might. So he's trying to measure. Wow, yeah, that clears. Wow. Yep. So he's obstructing this. Interesting. Yeah, so I think that so now with the obstruction, the double obstruction, I think Patriot fisting the CR90 just makes more sense. Um, like it's it's a lot of points, and then it's also just in a more it's more likely to escape since it's such a small hull with speed 5 essentially. Yeah, so Char's no Char's. So they're trying to get Char out of range here without TTS complying. Close enough. Yeah. So I mean, I think Xantos will be shooting the hard cell, even if it's like it's obstructed. He's going to be shooting the hard cell when he has the choice, because the squads are just going to eat the Reckies, and that's why they're all here. So it'll be interesting to see though. Does Xantos still go for it? I mean, I don't think it's wise, but I mean he could. But that obstruction is brutal. It's interesting that Patrick put it here. Um, you know, putting it here might have been kind of gnarly because I mean Shara's here, hello, but she's Shara. She can handle it. She's a big girl. It's only one round, and then it just kind of guarantees that this Recusant um takes a little bit more damage on top of everything there. So we're taking another bathroom break here, and uh, we will take these tokens all green. Recusant's gonna pop up to green here. And we will be setting the dials. All right. So 6 damage locking the redirect, 8 damage locking the evades. From 6 dice. That's gonna be tough. But a ram? He has no way to ram. He's speed 1. So I think staying at medium made more sense than we're on to round 3 here. Fast and Furious game. All right, let's see what we get. So do you even use the nav raid here? If 2 of the ships still have it? Oh, looks like we're taking another quick 30-second break. Yeah, yeah. I don't think the CR90 lives this round. In fact, like even if it lives on one hull, I think ramming it might be pretty smart play. To stay at distance of the MC80. I think it could probably swivel out that way. Maybe not. Let me tight. I think it'd ram if you do a full turn. So back up here and just kind of stay nice and distant. And then keeps the guns pointing the right way for when the MC80 does start moving. So it does have that double arc here right now, actually, on the front arc. So killing this means this is gotta go. Otherwise, it will be taking 3 red dice, which it wouldn't have to take otherwise. And just kind of bounce into the side arc here. And really mitigate how much it takes down to like 2 red dice and a blue die. So what? He goes, kills it? Question mark. Assuming this is assuming the CR90 blows up. So Requisite blows up the CR90. Oops. MC80 shoots. Oops over here. I wonder if it has what dial it has. Because it does still have Squadron Raid. So it can't even use its dial. So yeah. Requisite has the Confire. He's shooting the wow. Okay, so Xantos is shooting the Liberty. Interesting, moving the black for obstruction. I think rerolls with LTT and concentrate fire dial. Yeah, the Patriot Fist, 7 dice. Oh man. This is something you can kill over time. This is something that's right now or never. I think that's really what it is. Oh, side's good. Yep. Point defense ion cannon. Blanks it out. 2 damage. Because now you just got a flak, like. Yeah, so. So that. Alright, so now we're moving. See, that would hurt. That's 3 damage. This might ram. No, it wouldn't. Be clear. Yeah, I think he's got a should have shot. They marked that as a clip. That's brutal. That's not good because yep. So flagship is gonna escape here. Yeah. So all the brakes broke up the Dooku nav. All right. One, two, three, four. So like he's ending up here and then being able to turn, and then he's off to the races. Sorry. No redirects, 2 damage for the Recusant. I think you just brace here. So Jaina's Light has so he's got a navigate dial. Yeah. Clears the raid. So yep. I think you should brace this. Because then you don't brace. Alright. I think take the 2. Yeah. And then salvos for a crit. Side to front here. And here is the. So it gets to keep the double. That was natural double there. So doesn't even need to burn the evade. Yeah, I think tossing the salvo here makes sense. So he burns the salvo, blanks out, but he does have Link Turbo Laser Towers, and blanked out twice. Oof. Yeah, this is back-to-back good rolls for Patrick. Forex rolled like garbage. So this is speed 4 here. He can't squeak out unless he does this. But this thing can't shoot out of its butt. No, I think it rams. It'll hit the style. I think even the fork, even. Sorry, this vulture's at 2. Yeah, that's... Ooh, can't do that. This will clear. This is safe. Yeah, I think that might be the best move. This will die, but... Because these are all just going to bombard the front arc. Oh. They're measuring obstruction. I don't think it's best. Yeah. All right. Who put that rock there? Oh, Patrick did. Good rock. Yeah, so Muni will go and just take this double arc here. Concentrate Fire Dial for Sonalore. The joking with shooting at Jaina, Link Turbo Laser Towers, blank into blink once more. Concentrate fire. Oh no, sorry, sorry, shooting into this here. Alright, so 4. Uses the other brace. Front. Oh, there you go. That's what you wanted to see. Okay. Can't do anything about that, so that's 4 damage cards here. So we got injured crew, choose and discard. 4 damage. 4 hull. Yeah, so I really think it was kind of a missed opportunity on the Patriot Fist. I can't read. It just it's gonna be here regardless. So you get to finish it off, or you get to double arc it, and yeah. So yeah. So he's in range of the worm now. Uh, so we're now deciding what does the rebel commander do. Yeah. So this. All right. So I think if you're Patrick here, you just start sending. He missed Lando with 8R in accident. All right, here comes the Liberty. So it's got squadron dial because of the slice. He can't. He's got squadron. Yeah, so he's gonna be. So this actually frees up the token to do nav team things. So I think what you do is you shoot blue. Oh, he's gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot PF. Okay. It should kill it. Obstructed. Drop the red. 6 damage. 3 crits. He's got 4 hull remaining with brace redirect. And these should be red. That's on me. Oh, what LTT? Yep, that's enough. That reroll did exactly it. Splody splody. That's 105 points. Yeah, so he opts not to shoot the side arc there because of the concentrate, because of the salvo token there. So 179 for Patrick now. I think if he does this inverted on the opposite side, reversed, 201, I think it would inside turn enough to be straddling. I mean, you'll hit this bad boy, but that's what that rear shield's for. Straddling just this thing. I don't know. You're really wishing this isn't a debris field. Maybe, I don't think he. That's tighter than I thought. Because what, that's like here-ish. So he's going to try this. So he's nav tokening to get the XG out from nav teams. And getting the redirect token back. Still a double arc. So because we have so he gets the redirect token back because of Asteroid Tactics, but that's what he ditched due to the critical effect. Squadron dial. Alright, squad dial from Tykes. And killed Lando. And that's the first points for Xantos. 1159. It's going after Shara. Scatters the damage from that roll. Then here comes Shara's flag, 2 damage. And blowed him up. Explosions! So 8 points. 187 to 23. That's a hit. Hit PDEC reroll. Stays a hit. Takes the damage. Flacking, missing gold. Shara is a hit. It is Astro Tactics, but she does take the damage. Reggie, something happened. Ah, we're missing the maneuver tool. It disappeared. Someone misplaced it. So, technical difficulties. We'll be right back. All right. If in theory, no maneuver tool. That's where it went. I had no idea it was down there. We're in business. We figured it out. I haven't seen that before, so. Not a lot of great places for this thing to go. Yeah, I think that's the safest bet. It's called the Magic Ruler because it likes to disappear, says Relent26. That is one of the best jokes I've heard. Yeah. So what does... So he's... This worm is moving here to obstruct this attack. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hiding the dots from the obstruction. So, so it looks like they're kind of calculating like round 4, like future round stuff. So he's calculating math out. Not taking the flak. Interesting. Yeah, so Dutch is gonna pop the vulture here. 3 blues, probably 8 our Talon. Dead. Yeah, dead vulture. Last vulture's down. That's another 8 points, and boop. That was the slicer tools, which has not sliced or diced this round. Game. And our Talon also has a squadron. Yeah, so this is taking Nav next round. It's gonna be here. um, and then yeah, that's kind of game at this point. Uh, yeah, so like, I mean, Star Cruiser's going down. It's just consolation prize at this point. Yeah, Rogue's piecing out. He's given up on killing the hard cell. Suppose it might be out of range here. Yeah, yeah. So he can keep just bouncing in front of this hard cell. In theory, the hard cell might be able to turn away from it, but speed 3, 2 yaws on the inside, repositioning rather than. Putting the worms. Yeah, so using a worm to block LOS. I don't think it can block. He's getting 1 at least. 2 will be fortunate. Um, yeah, I think that might just miss. First one definitely hits though. Whoop. Yeah, so just kind of protecting the. Yeah, that's clear as day. Yeah, that's clear. Triangulating. Hey, Conomancer. Next time you're in a fight, triangulating. It's a bad reference to something you guys haven't seen, probably. But if you like Dungeons and Dragons, check out Dungeon Dynamite on YouTube. It's really funny. Um, yep, Concentrate Fire here from Sonalore for round 4. And another blank. Reroll the red with LTT already. There it is. Double. No crit. Yeah, so that's P-Dick range. He doesn't want to risk a crit. So he's taking 2. So that's 1 on the hull. And uses a brace. 3 damage, or 3 hull remaining. 2 reds and a blue out of the front. Another blank default. That's brutal. Oh my god! You can't keep getting away with it. Yeah. And P-Dick the crit. Stays a crit. Structural. Alright, so it does work out in the end. A ram can kill this. Boop. And takes 3. Alright. Yeah, if you turn the other way, you would have had it just the same. Yeah, so everything flies away and everything escapes. Yeah, so that's it, everyone. The 140 point Moncari does go down in the end. 163 to 203. I guess I forgot to add in a vulture at one point. So 203 to 163 is the final score here. Yeah, this was a good game. I think both fleets are really scary. And ultimately the rolls really just were brutal for Xantos. Just rolling so many blanks naturally, not even off rerolls. It'd been different if like point defense ion cannon was doing that. Yeah, so I think Patrick really showed the importance of obstruction and play controlling the Exogorse. So they're talking about deploying the Arakiza on the left instead right now. Yeah, that hard sell crit also was really brutal. Yeah, that's a good point there by Xantos. Yeah, I think the wreck coming in super fast without being able to set up a round 2 shot was the was kind of what set things up to fail for Patrick. If the dice worked out, it wouldn't have been a problem. Um, yeah, but so we're talking about obstacle placement right now. So Xantos is wondering why he didn't flip the rocks with the debris fields. So Patrick agrees, but past games he's saying he's been able to engine text the CR90 over there and drop the Moncare in there. So he says he normally drops the Liberty on the rock and rams to keep. Yeah, I think Dooku actually really made a big difference here. Um, Keeping the squads, even with the worms involved, bombing didn't really happen at all. Um, because the squadron raid, and then just how the vultures were managed. But yeah, Dooku making the final. I didn't have that in my 2022 bingo. I don't think anyone really had Dooku coming to the final in this tournament. So I think everyone was afraid of whatever they're talking about on the Armada podcast. But I don't play enough casual games or follow international stuff to know like what's the new hotness. But I think Radis and Dooku is just a fun little snapshot of where we are as a game in the meta. Yeah.
Usually,
What in your list
usually are your casualties? Do you
This
usually?
is the first time
usual
the Recusant died
casualties?
alternate, I think.
Wow,
First time.
It usually hangs
That's
out on a
crazy.
flank, and if it takes fire, it's very minimal because at that, it's usually the hard cells. And in the last 2 games, I've been able to bait Munificent, where it died, but I picked up everything else versus Paul and Large Package, which I think I need to be doing a bit. I think I need to be doing that a bit more in general. Typically, I see my Munificent, I'm like, okay, I need to keep it back. Swing it around, use a nav chart, get a bunch of double arcs. And I think I just need to be like, all right, Recusant, you can take a bit more fire, just drop on the side. If they're pointing at you, you can slow down and deal with it.
Yeah.
And then Muni just go right up the middle, tank their list.
This Muni is so frustrating to fight, like for my list especially.
Oh yeah,
it's ugh. It's
yeah,
gross.
I mean, definitely a DPS check.
Yeah. So it super neuters my Liberty shooting into it with their thermal shields. And then you get PDICs to just basically drop it down to maximum, maybe 4 damage that you can pretty much take all on your shields. And then you can just charge it all back up with repairs. So it was a non-starter for me to shoot the Munificent.
Yeah, the only downside with Wat Tambor is you're taking shields from someone else, and usually that someone else is in a decent position to get shot at. Like Recusant, I mean, obviously it's very fragile. I think Lord Packard even said after his game, like he maybe should have committed to instead of committing to the Muni, try to get his worst double on the Recusant, and then kind of try to cripple that and see how that turned out. Because Recusant is still the major point of fire in this list. Like
it is. Yeah, I do. I was super wary of your slicer tools guy doing exactly what he did. Yeah, it was. I think if you had, I think if you had grabbed Confire, I was really scared of you grabbing Confire Raid. And I think that would have changed quite a bit of how I.
Well, you still had a completely unused munitions resupply.
Yeah, but that's.
I mean, I guess it's out of range.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
100% satisfied with how munitions resupply. I've gotten very little actual use out of it just because of how I fly this list.
And how few tokens everything can hold except for the Liberty,
Yeah, so I need to figure something else out for tokens for sure. Like, I've even considered doing like Tantive on the CR90.
My main thought on that on the squads was just I know I can slice you into a squadron on the Liberty and not have a dial you can go into because I don't want to slice you into Confire or Repair or Navigate. Those are all bad.
Yeah.
And I know that sometimes the Janus likes to toss a squadron as she runs away, and so I want to toss that in and just make sure turn 3 she's blocking. She's working on the nav raid and not on anything else.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, even Hondo, you can just Hondo clear their Confires. It doesn't matter unless I have 2.
Well,
and
so
like,
if
you're not nav tokening, but turn 1 nav, you don't really care because you're not going to one-shot any of my chips unless you really like against the hard cell.
Yeah, the slicing and raid together is super nasty. Yeah,
usually it works.
It's that being said, like for command 1 ships, after they activate, there's nothing to slice. So that's the other thing. But I mean, if you can slice 8R away from squads, like you've just pretty much negated about 40 points worth of my list.
Hard cells just didn't do enough this game. They weren't pointed at the Liberty and they weren't really pointed at anything else. Like, I mean, obviously Pink died faster than I wanted to, but he got 1 element back from off. Like he wasn't arced properly for that, but he also didn't have his front on where the Liberty might drop. He was, and then because I died before we got to the things, and then obviously pink heart, teal hearts. I never looked at the GR75, so I never had unless the Recusant kept speed, I would never have the token pressure to pop one off.
Right. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if I keep Recusant at speed, I try to pop off. Like it only matters if I actually kill Janus. So I don't. When I never kill the Liberty, Janus still escapes, and then you just pop my hard cell because it's unobstructed in 1 or 2 activations, and that's that.
Yeah, you're.
So going second. Yeah, I don't know. If I wanted to kill it, I would have gone second, but
yeah, your vulture
obviously
hanging
not going
out.
to do it.
Your vulture hanging out on the side arc was actually pretty decisive for me trying to go after it with squads. It just it was like I just didn't have quite enough firepower to be confident of getting it with my squads to let me shoot your hard, because if I could have killed it with my squads, I obviously would have gone after your hard cell and then maybe would have been able to hunt it down.
Yeah, I think I wanted to flak first, but I think I should have saved it because when it jumped out like with that crit, then it could get shot by the squads. So I got to hold it for at least 1 or 2 more activations, force a GR75 or 2 to go.
Yeah.
And then jump out because the shield's. I mean, the side's totally protected by the Recusant there because of weird flying.
Yeah, it was totally covered, and I was glad you did hop out with it. Give me the opening. Yeah. Although it would have had to have activated later, and I think I probably could have got it with the.
I mean, you still had rogues, like it still
with
would
the
died.
rogues,
It's just a matter of how much do I get out of it beforehand, or other stuff like I'm messing up your stuff, like not giving you exactly what you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
congratulations, man. Well earned. I mean, what is
you.
it like 9? I think you didn't lose ever, right? 9-0.
Yeah.
Straight through. Damn.
I got lucky
Nice
a lot
done.
of times, but this is
Sorry
a solid
for the
list.
family show.
I'm comfortable saying that now.
I mean, we got all the way to the finals. I think we both had to get lucky at some points.
Yeah.
It's a long tournament.
Goodness
Skill,
sakes, I played against 3 double onager lists, and I think that's actually a really good matchup for this list.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you're made for, right? I mean, it was nuts how like the night and day difference between your rogues and Ferrix's rogues in the semifinal. Like he had like 1 or 2 attempts before everything got locked down, and then you were still like had 1 or 2 that could go anywhere. It's like like he's never killing anything.
Yeah, it just
he spent like 30 points more. Like
yeah, but man, going first with a rogues heavy list is so swingy. Like it makes such a difference. Really makes a ton of difference. Like if you had
I guess
a heavy squad presence and I hadn't been able to kind of deal with your squads early, like that hurts my rogues a lot. People giving me first player has been hugely helpful to me. I mean, I can win as second player, but it's
weird with
a
the lib
much
too,
more narrow thing.
Watching your game with Ferrix, because it wasn't even like you dropped it and immediately tried to one shot. It was just like, no, I can just drop this, get the CN out of dodge, and then it's fine here, and it can activate whenever it needs to, and then next turn it can activate first and finish off whatever it shot.
Yeah.
And then now you're screwed.
Not many things can take 2 shots from
Actually, almost did.
Yeah.
I had a little scraping from other stuff that helped.
Yeah, this is true. But also I didn't have the front arc both times. Had the side arc, and that just kind of plinked him, and then he didn't redirect. Which was he wanted to get that chip damage in so he could finish off the Liberty, and ended up biting him in the butt. But that's always the thing, like that critical is just waiting to be revealed that will ruin your entire plan.
Well, I mean, there it was in the fucking hard cell.
I mean, it happened against Angry Ewok too. He got the discard all your command tokens crit on his potato. Well, so he couldn't refresh his ECM.
Okay.
Yeah, so he lost all his command tokens. He couldn't refresh ECM, and then I was able to nail him with just enough damage. Because that ECM potato, like,
oh yeah, I mean,
very
mediums, right?
very tanky. And he's been flying that thing for a long time. He knows exactly how much punishment it can take.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I
Um,
didn't end up having to fight that because,
Dude, it's a nasty list. Um, yeah. Yep. Well,
all right. Well,
hey,
congrats again.
thank you. Thanks for an
Make sure
awesome
to
game.
lord it all over the TTS folks. This is the big one, so I think you're like TTS Terran champion or something now.
Champion until the next tournament.
Yeah,
I get all the kudos.
yeah, until next year.
That's right.
Or until
Well,
whatever silly thing Ferrex runs in December.
Yeah. Oh, I hope there's been really silly. It's a lot of fun to break out of the regular mold. Um, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you have
thanks again for the
yourself a
game.
good
Have a good one.
night.
yeah,
You
so
too.
thank you to our
Bye.
competitors.
See ya.
It was a great game by Patrick and Xantos, and it was a great little podcast that we had there at the end. Hearing the two finalists talk it out after their match. That's just something that's awesome about Armada is how friendly everyone is. And thank you for everyone who watched. Relent 26 and Ferrix and I think there's someone else in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in and making conversation. Makes it a lot more fun. I don't have a commentary team to converse with usually, so having commentary, it's always nice. So if you're wondering how Xantos and Patrick did last round, check out their semifinal matches on my YouTube, and you can find those in the channel. And be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. It's where I normally stream just to help broaden the pool. There's plenty of other great YouTubers out there on that are streaming, so I think focusing on Twitch helps broaden. Hopefully, if I can just bring one person in from X-Wing, done my job. So yeah, just hoping to broaden that out. But so follow me there, and who knows, maybe we'll take over the world with Amazon's platform. I don't know. Ride them to success. Anyways, thanks for watching. Check out those videos. Congratulations to Patrick for the awesome win. It was really decisive, putting it in Liberty in the right where he did. Clearly packed a punch. I mean, he wasn't expecting Patrick to slow down, or sorry, Xantos to slow down, but neither was I. Um, so, kudos to Xantos for putting up such a great fight. Dice were not on his side. Um, made a couple mistakes. Can cost you a game. So I think really this is a really educational game, people. Dooku is scary. Don't just laugh at your opponent because he has Dooku. I think Patrick took the right approach, coming in slow. I think Xanto, or not coming in slow, but coming in very passively, even though he is Radis. His CR90 didn't leave the deployment area at speed 4. So round 1. So that's something to think about. Is the power of KG play. Is it fun? No, but I mean we finished round 4, so you can still get done quickly with it. So I think this is cool. Change my color here. So just taking a look at that. And yeah, so congratulations once more to Patrick for the awesome victory. It was a good game. And he didn't make any mistakes really that I can think of. Maybe leaving Lando out of Adar Talon range of boosted comms. That might have been the lone mistake. I think he could have afforded to be a little more aggressive with his squadrons. But the way his carriers were flying, he couldn't really do much about it since Dooku had rated that round 1 navigate dial on the slicer tools. I think that was a bit of a head scratcher for me. But because He could have cleared the raid round 1. Round 2 would have gotten a squadron token from as he did before, but the squadron dial can then clear that squadron token can then clear that squadron raid, and then it can activate 2 squadrons. I think that's it though. That's literally it. It was pretty flawless. This is 9th game in the tournament, so at this point you've had your practice. You've gotten things hashed out. So yeah, it was a great game, and thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day.